In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis unveils branded Inter-Caribbean Airways aircraft in historic ceremony. CARICOM welcomes Canada's regional development investment. And Trump warns of more arrests after Palestinian activists' detention. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, a historic milestone for St. Kitts and Nevis was celebrated on Monday with the official unveiling of a St. Kitts and Nevis branded Inter-Caribbean Airways aircraft at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport. The ceremony, attended by government officials, tourism stakeholders, and representatives from Inter-Caribbean Airways, marks a new chapter in the nation's growing regional air travel presence. Key attendees included Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Minister of Tourism Honorable Marcia Henderson, and Inter-Caribbean Airways CEO Trevor Sadler. Minister Henderson highlighted the importance of the branded aircraft, noting that it represents more than just a logo on a plane. It serves as a moving billboard that elevates the country's image on the global tourism stage. The branded aircraft symbolizes more than just business collaboration. It reflects a shared vision for enhanced connectivity in the Caribbean region. Prime Minister Drew reaffirmed the government's commitment to enhancing tourism infrastructure, noting the aircraft's role in ensuring St. Kitts and Nevis remains an accessible and thriving destination. This initiative is part of the country's broader strategy to innovate and drive sustainable economic growth, positioning St. Kitts and Nevis as a leading Caribbean destination. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew officially opened the new headquarters of the Citizenship by Investment Unit, or CIU, at Limekiln Commercial Development, highlighting its importance in sustaining St. Kitts and Nevis's financial stability. Dr. Drew emphasized the need for a professional environment to match the CIU's global significance, stating, quote, "If this is such a large business, it must be treated with that level of importance," end quote. The new office reflects the evolving role of the CIU, focusing on excellence and fostering international business. Dr. Drew praised the CIU leadership and staff for their efforts in navigating reforms, strengthening the nation's reputation, and maintaining confidence among global stakeholders. The Prime Minister also outlined key steps taken to improve governance, risk management, and customer service, including the introduction of world-class training and modern technology for CIU staff. He expressed confidence in the CIU's future success, saying, quote, "We are on a pathway to being the best office in the citizenship by investment sector," end quote. The event marked a significant achievement in the country's economic transformation. St. Kitts has witnessed a notable increase in agricultural production for the year 2024, with substantial gains across several key crops. A recent report by Eushaner Jeffers, acting director of the Department of Agriculture, highlights the growth in production of commodities such as pumpkin, watermelon, cantaloupe, and cucumber. The report, presented during the Ministry of Agriculture's annual review and planning meeting, revealed impressive increases in crop yields compared to 2023. Pumpkin production rose by 54% from 91.2 metric tons in 2023 to 140.6 metric tons in 2024. Watermelon saw an extraordinary increase of 193.9%, growing from 40.6 metric tons to 119.3 metric tons. Cucumber production also surged by 142.9%, climbing from 34.9 metric tons to 84.8 metric tons, while cantaloupe recorded the largest rise, with production increasing by 216.9% from 12.4 metric tons to 39.3 metric tons. This surge in agricultural output is attributed to several initiatives by the government. In February 2024, the Department of Agriculture introduced the 25 by 25 Agricultural Support Package, which provided vital technical support and resources to local farmers. A total of 25,028 agricultural inputs were distributed to 566 farmers, aimed at improving productivity and ensuring sustainable practices. Furthermore, the growth in production, particularly in cucurbits, is linked to the Drought Resilience Irrigation Project, or DRIP. This project, which includes the installation of polypropylene ground cover and advanced drip irrigation systems, has enhanced water use efficiency and optimized crop yields despite concerns over water scarcity. These efforts reflect the government's ongoing commitment to strengthening St. Kitts' agricultural sector, reducing food import dependency, and ensuring long-term food security and sustainability for the nation. We move now to news on the regional scene. The Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, has expressed gratitude for Canada's recent commitment of $24.1 million to support social action, empower women, and advance human rights and security across the Caribbean, including Haiti. Canada's Minister of International Development, Ahmed Hussein, announced the funding, emphasizing its importance in supporting regional priorities. This new allocation follows a previous announcement of $38 million for various initiatives, which were discussed during the 48th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government in Barbados in February. The funding will support key areas such as biodiversity governance, gender equality, hurricane recovery following Hurricane Beryl in 2024, and reproductive education. CARICOM has commended Canada for its ongoing commitment to strengthening regional cooperation on shared values of democracy, human rights, and a rules-based international order. This partnership also aims to tackle pressing regional challenges, including trade, security, and climate change. Suriname's Foreign Minister Albert Ramdin has been unanimously elected as the new Secretary General of the Organization of American States, or OAS, for the 2025 to 2030 term. The election took place during a special session of the OAS General Assembly at its headquarters in Washington, D.C. Ramdin's only challenger in the race, Paraguayan Foreign Minister Ruben Ramirez Lescano, withdrew his candidacy last week following a decision by Paraguayan President Santiago Peña. Ramdin, who previously served as Assistant Secretary General of the OAS from 2005 to 2015, will succeed Uruguayan diplomat Luis Almagro, who held the position since 2015. Internationally, President Donald Trump warned on Monday that Mahmoud Khalil's arrest would be the first of many as his administration cracks down on campus protests, particularly those critical of Israel. Trump linked such protests to support for Hamas, a U.S.-designated terrorist group. Khalil, a U.S. resident and former Columbia University student, was detained by immigration agents on Saturday. Khalil has not been charged with any crime, but is facing deportation. His lawyers are challenging the detention in court, with a hearing scheduled for Wednesday. The arrest has sparked criticism from civil rights groups who argue its attempt to suppress political dissent. Khalil, an activist in Colombia's pro-Palestinian movement, is married to a U.S. citizen. Protests demanding his release were held outside an ICE office in Manhattan on Monday. And finally, in international news, Mark Carney, former head of the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England, was elected leader of the Liberal Party on Sunday with 85.9% of the vote, succeeding Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Carney is expected to call a federal election soon as tensions with the U.S. escalate over trade and political threats from President Donald Trump. In his victory speech, Carney vowed to stand firm against the U.S., stating that Canada would keep retaliatory tariffs in place until, quote, the Americans show us respect, end quote. Carney's leadership comes amid growing Canadian nationalism spurred by Trump's trade war and talk of annexing Canada. While Carney has no political experience, his economic background and role in managing crises have earned him significant support. The Liberal Party's standing in opinion polls has risen, largely due to the backlash against Trump's policies. Carney is expected to navigate Canada through the looming trade conflict and the challenges ahead. And now for the weather. Present weather is partly cloudy skies with showers. Winds are a moderate breeze of 13 miles per hour from a northeasterly direction. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. The temperature for today is 28 degrees Celsius or 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather forecast for today predicts partly sunny skies in general with a 40% or moderate chance of brief showers. Tonight will be fair to partly cloudy and cool conditions with a 40% or moderate chance of a brief passing shower, mainly after midnight. Sunset for today will be at 6:20 p.m. and sunrise for tomorrow will be at 6:21 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey.